All right, good everyone. My name is Mr. Orimolade, but people call me Mr. Matt. All right, what I have for you today is still on bearing. All right, let's look at this question on the board. All right, it's on bearing. A boy walks 6 kilometers from a point P to a point Q on a bearing of 0.65 degree. He then walks to a point R, a distance of 13 kilometers, on a bearing of 146 degree. Calculate the distance between PR correct to the nearest kilometer. All right, don't forget, the first thing we need to do here is to interpret the question. This information in the form of what? In the form of diagram. All right, now look at the question. A boy walks 6 kilometers from point P. These are point P. Don't forget the 4 cardinal direction. The north, south, the north, east, southwest. He walks on a bearing of what? 0.65 degree. 0.65 degree. I draw 6 kilometers to point, this point P, to point Q. Alright, that's our point Q. Okay, and don't forget the alternate angle, which is also what? 65 degree. Alright, then he then walks to a point R from Q, a distance of 13 kilometers on a bearing of 146 degree. So on a bearing of 146, which means from here to this point, 146 degree, 13 kilometers, 13 kilometers. Alright, to point R, this R. All right, calculate the distance between P and R. So we want to calculate the distance between P and R here. But before we do that, don't forget, now the movement from north to south is a complete 180 degree. So to get the balance of this angle, we can say 180 degree minus 146 degree. All right, that will give us 34. So we have 34 degree. So this angle, we add them together, it becomes 99 degrees. 99 degrees. All right, and we are asked to find PR, the distance between PR. Now, look at it. This is a triangle. All right, we need to apply is either sine rule or cosine rule. So what are the conditions? You know, we stated earlier in the previous lesson, you know, conditions we need to meet before you can apply either cosine rule or sine rule. Now, you can see that we cannot apply sine rule here. It's cosine rule we're going to apply. All right, don't forget the opposite side of this angle is R. This one is P. So this one is Q. This one is R. Don't forget. So therefore, we can say, and we're looking for this side Q, we can say Q square equals to P square plus this side R square minus 2PR cos Q, capital Q. Don't forget the Q is our length, is our distance, PR. So we can say PR square equals, what is the value of P? The side. We have 13 square. What about R? We have 6 square minus, you can say 2 multiplied by 13 multiplied by 6. All right, cos, what is the angle? 99 degrees. All right, so let's find the values. You can say PR square equals, this is 169 plus 36 minus, let's multiply these two together using our calculator. It gives us 156 multiplied by, let's check for cos 99 minus 0.156 minus 0.156 156 434. Let's use 4. All right, multiply the two together. Let's multiply this side. All right, so the value of cos 99 is minus 0.1564. So let's add these two together. We have 50205. Let's multiply these two. Minus times minus will give us plus. 156 multiplied by 0.1464 to give us 24.403. 24.403. All right, PR square. Let's add the two together using our calculator. Add the two together to give us 229.403. Give us 229.403. All right, at this moment, we'll take the square root of both sides. All right, this cancel this. So the PR equals to, let's find the square root of 22.403 to give us 15.6, 15.1460, 16.1468 kilometer. Now, don't forget, we have to leave our answer in what? To leave our answer in the nearest kilometer. So therefore, PR equals to 15 kilometer to the nearest kilometer. That's our final answer. All right, let's look at another example, example 2. All right, let's look at this second example on the board. In a town, Chief X resides 60 meters away on a bearing of 57 degrees from the palace P, while Chief Y resides on a bearing of 150 degrees from the same palace. The residents of X and Y are 180 meters apart. The question is, find the bearing of X from Y. And the second one, the distance between P and Y. Now, don't forget, the first thing we need to do is to interpret this information in form of what? In form of diagram. All right, let's do it together. All right, Chief X resides on a bearing of 57 degrees from the palace P. All right, we can say this is the palace P. All right, this is the P on a bearing of 57 degrees. It means from here we have 057 degrees. All right, this is where X resides. X resides 757 degrees, 60 meters. All right, that's the distance. While Chief Y reside on a bearing of 150 degrees from the same palace, which means from P. All right, Y reside on a bearing of what? 150. It means that from this moment, from this point, north, the movement is from here. Now we have from this point to this point, we have 150 degrees. All right, 150 degrees. All right. So, but we need to calculate this angle. How do we get this angle? That's the question. So, the movement from here to this point, 150 degrees, we can say 150 degrees minus 57 degrees to get what is inside this angle. So, therefore, it will be 93 degrees. All right, don't forget, the movement from north to south is complete 180. So, but you have 150 here. Therefore, this space is what? This space is 30 degrees. So, this is 60 degrees. All right? It's very, very important. So, Y at Y here. So, therefore, coming back to the question, the residents of X and Y are 180 meters apart. That is the distance between X and Y, 180 meters apart. That's the difference. All right. the question is, find the bearing of x from y. The bearing of x from y. The bearing of x from y. Now, if you look at the triangle carefully, sine rule is the appropriate rule. All right? So we are going to use a sine rule. So, all right, we are going to use sine rule. Why? Because it has what? They're giving us two sides and included angle. That's one of the conditions of using what? The sine rule. So, all right, don't forget, we are asked to look for the bearing. All right? The bearing of x from y. But before we can do that, we need to find the value of, they've given us y. All right? We want to get this angle, this theta angle. All right? So we can say that, don't forget this small y, p, and x. So we can say small p divided by sine p equals to, we're looking for this, y over sine capital Y. All right? What is our small p? Small p, 180 meter divided by the angle sine 90 degree, sine 93 degrees equals to, what is small y? 60 meter. 60 meter divided by this angle we are looking for. You can say sine theta, represented by what? Theta. So the next thing will cross multiply. We have 180 meter sine theta equals to 60 meter multiplied by sine 93 degrees. Now let's use our calculator. All right, we have 180 meter sine this equals to 60 meter. Sine 93 degree is 0.99863. 0.99863. All right, multiply by this, multiply by 60. So therefore we have 59.9177 from our calculator. 180 meter sine theta. All right, since we are looking for this angle, all right, divide both sides by 180 or 180. So therefore you have 180 sine theta. All right, divide both sides by 180 meter. So therefore we have sine theta equals 59.9177 divided by 180. So therefore from here, so sine theta equals to 0.332876. All right, theta equals to sine inverse 0.332876. So to give us 19, theta equals 19.44 degrees. 19.44 degrees. So it means that this angle is 19.44 degrees. All right, but the question says that we should find the bearing of x. Bearing of x. X from y. Bearing of x from y. Now, we want to look at the movement. Look at it from here. So, look at it from here to here, 90. To here, 90 plus 90, 180. To this place is what? 270. Don't forget, this is also a what? An alternate angle of 60 degree. So this angle is 60 degree. All right. So the bearing of x equals to 270 degree plus 60 degrees plus 60 degree plus 19.44 degrees. Let's calculate it together. That will be 349. That is 270 plus 60 degree plus 19.44. So we have it as 349.44 degrees. To the nearest we got 3.49. All right. So the bearing of x from y is 349 degree. From here 90. From here 90, that is 180. So this place 270 plus this 60 and this angle 9.44. So that is our final answer. And the second question, we are asked to calculate the distance between P and Y. Distance between P and. All right. The second question is to calculate distance between P and Y. That is to calculate this distance. Now, don't forget, we've gotten the value of this angle. We've gotten the value of this angle, but we need to get this one too. This angle too. We can simply say, don't forget the sum of interior angle of a triangle are what is equals to 180 degree. So we can say 93 degree plus 19.44 degree. All right. Plus we can call that angle x. All right. X equals to 180 degree. That is sum of interior angles of triangle is equals to 180. So therefore, we can say value of x equals to 180 degree minus 93 degree minus 19.44 degree. So this angle, let's check. Equals 67.56. 67.56 degree. So this angle is 67.56 degree. Therefore, we can also apply sine rule to find this angle. All right. So we can say x divided by capital X equals to, we can use any of the side. We can use P. We can say 180 meter divided by sine 93 degrees. All right. So what is the value of x? We don't know. Value of big X, we have it x divided by sine 67.56 degree equals to 180 meter over sine 93 degrees. So you cross multiply, you have x sine 93 degree equals to 180 meter multiplied by sine 67.56 degree. All right, let's look for the value of all this. 93 degree sine 93, we have 0.998629x equals to, let's find this together, sine 67.56, yes, multiplied by 180. So we have 166.3704. All right, at this point now, all right, at this point, we've gotten the value of, sine 67.56 degree multiplied by 180. It gave us this. All right, we can simply say divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 0.998629. So therefore, 0.998629x 998629 16.3704 divided by 998629. So these cancel this. Let's check 163704 divided by 0.998629. So the value of x equals 166.59876 kilometer. All right, and don't forget we have to leave our answer to the nearest what? To the nearest whole number. All right, so therefore the value of the distance of PY according to that diagram, it will be equals to 167 kilometer. All right, the distance between P and Y, the distance between P and Y is 167 kilometer. All right, this is where we are going to stop today. Thank you for watching. Make sure you press the subscribe button for more videos. Like it and share with your loved ones. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.